It was almost midnight when Marcus, a tired black single dad, pushed his janitor cart across the shiny floors of the Sterling Tech Tower. His eyes were red from lack of sleep, but he kept working. He always told himself the same thing, one more shift. I must do this for my daughter. Marcus was a strong man, but life had not been kind to him. He worked 2 jobs. He slept only 4 hours a night. And every month, he struggled to pay for his daughter Lily's medicine. Still, he never complained. He just smiled and kept going. Outside, rain hit the windows like thousands of tiny stones. The building was almost empty now. Only a few guards and late-night workers remained. Marcus moved his mop, humming softly to stay awake. He hoped the night would pass quietly. But tonight, nothing was quiet. A loud metallic alarm suddenly echoed through the hallway. The lights flickered. The floor shook for a second. Marcus froze. What was that? He whispered. The upper floors were restricted areas. Janitors were told never to go there. But the alarm kept ringing, louder and faster, like a warning. Marcus slowly pushed his cart toward the elevator. Just then. Bam! Something crashed on the 29th floor above him. His heart jumped. He should walk away. He should mind his own business. That's what he always did. But something felt wrong tonight. Very wrong. The elevator doors opened with a long beep. Marcus stepped inside and pressed the button for the 29th floor. The ride felt endless. When the doors finally opened, the hallway was filled with smoke. Not fire smoke, something chemical. Something dangerous. Marcus covered his mouth. Suddenly, he saw a shadow running. A woman. She stumbled, holding her shoulder, blood dripping down her sleeve. Her expensive dress was torn, and fear filled her eyes. Behind her, Marcus heard footsteps, fast, violent footsteps. The woman tried to speak but fell to her knees. Marcus rushed to her. Hey! Are you okay? What happened? She pointed behind her, breath shaking. They're coming, please. Then Marcus recognized her. She was Ava Sterling. The billionaire owner of the company. The most powerful woman in the building. The woman whose photo he saw in magazines but never imagined meeting. Ava tried to stand, but the chemical smoke grew thicker. She coughed hard, her face turning pale. Her eyes rolled back. She collapsed in Marcus's arms. No, 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 stay with me. Marcus said, voice trembling. The footsteps were getting closer. 2 masked men appeared at the end of the hallway. One carried a strange canister releasing more gas. The other pointed a weapon. Marcus felt fear in his bones. The men whispered to each other, then ran in another direction, maybe to cut off her escape. Marcus had only seconds. Ava's breathing grew weaker. The gas was attacking her lungs. Her pulse was fading fast. Marcus looked around, no medical kit, no phone signal, no help coming. Only one way left. He remembered CPR training from years ago. Mouth-to-mouth could push air into her lungs, slow down the poison, give her a chance to live a few more minutes. But she was his boss. A billionaire. And he was just a janitor. He hesitated. For 1 second. Then he shook his head. She's a human being. She needs help. Marcus gently lifted her head, leaned down, and gave her breath. Once, twice, again. Trying to force life back into her body. Her lips felt cold. Her heartbeat weak. Come on, breathe, please, he whispered. Then, suddenly, Ava gasped. Her eyes opened wide, staring directly into Marcus's. For a moment, everything went silent. But the danger wasn't over. A laser dot appeared on Marcus's chest. A sniper. A voice behind the smoke whispered. Kill the janitor first. Marcus grabbed Ava and pulled her behind a pillar as a bullet shattered the wall beside them. And that was the moment Marcus realized. Saving her life was only the beginning. Everything was about to change. Marcus kept his arm tightly around Ava as he dragged her behind the thick marble pillar. Dust fell from the bullet hole above them. His heart was beating faster than he had ever felt before. He had no plan, no weapon, and no protection. He was a janitor facing trained killers. But he refused to let Ava die. Ava's breathing was rough, each inhale painful. The chemical gas still floated lightly in the air, making her cough. Marcus removed his work shirt and wrapped it around her mouth as a filter. Stay with me, he whispered. I'm getting you out of here. Her eyes slowly focused on him, still confused. You saved me, she said weakly. There was no time to answer. The masked men were searching the hallway, their steps slow and careful. They were close. Too close. Marcus looked around desperately. He spotted a service door that led to the maintenance stairs. If he could reach it, maybe they had a chance. But the door was across the hallway, completely exposed. He took a deep breath. Okay, we run, he whispered. Ava nodded, trusting him without question. They rushed out from behind the pillar. Marcus held Ava tightly, shielding her with his body. The killers shouted and fired. Bullets hit the walls like small explosions. Marcus didn't stop. His legs burned, his lungs screamed, but he pushed through. They reached the service door. Marcus kicked it open and pulled Ava inside. The stairwell was dark, silent, safe for now. He locked the door behind them and leaned against it, breathing heavily. Ava sank onto the steps, touching her bruised shoulder. Why are they after me, she muttered, her voice shaking. Marcus knelt beside her. I don't know. But they were ready to kill you. And me. She looked at him with surprise, like she was seeing him clearly for the first time. You didn't have to help me, she said quietly. Most people would have run away. Marcus shook his head. I don't run from people who need help. Ava smiled faintly. It was soft, almost grateful, but filled with something more, something he couldn't name. Before they could speak again, the stairwell lights flickered. Voices echoed from above. The killers were searching the floors one by one. Marcus stood up quickly. We go down. Now. He helped Ava walk as fast as her weak legs allowed. The stairwell felt endless. Each step echoed louder than the last. Marcus's mind raced, every second mattered. On the 22nd floor landing, Ava suddenly grabbed his arm. Wait. Marcus turned. Her eyes were fixed on him, intense, focused. You kissed me, she whispered. Marcus froze. His face grew warm. I was giving CPR. You weren't breathing. I know, she said softly. But still, no one has touched me like that in years. Marcus didn't know what to say. He wanted to look away, but her eyes held him. Something about her voice, her confusion, her vulnerability, it all felt unreal. Before he could respond, a loud crash shook the stairwell door above them. They found us. Marcus said. They continued down, faster this time. Ava struggled, but she didn't give up. Marcus admired her strength. She wasn't just a billionaire, she was a fighter. When they reached the ground floor, Marcus pushed the final door open. A group of security guards rushed toward them with flashlights and radios. There. We found Ms. Sterling, the guard yelled. Ava tried to stand straight, but her legs trembled. Marcus supported her. The guards surrounded them. One pointed at Marcus. Step away from her, he ordered sharply. Hands up. Marcus raised his hands. I'm the one who saved her. But the guard didn't believe him. You expect us to think a janitor was in a restricted area by accident? Before the guard could grab Marcus, Ava stepped forward. Stop. He saved my life, she said firmly. No one touches him. Everyone froze. A billionaire had just defended a janitor. And nothing would ever be the same after that. Marcus sat in the small security room, his hands still shaking from the night's chaos. A guard had brought him there for questioning. The room was cold, bright, and uncomfortable. Marcus felt strange. One moment he was wiping floors, and the next he was fighting for a billionaire's life. He kept replaying everything in his head, the gas, the gunshots, the CPR, Ava's eyes opening as he breathed life back into her. It all felt like a dream. A crazy, dangerous dream. The door opened. Ava Sterling entered the room. She looked different now, cleaner, calmer, wrapped in a dark coat. But her face still carried the marks of fear and exhaustion. The guard straightened when she walked in, like they were in the presence of royalty. Ava looked at Marcus. And for a second, there was silence, the kind that felt heavy and important. Marcus, she said softly. I want to talk to you. Alone. The guards obeyed immediately and left the room. The door closed behind them. Marcus stood awkwardly. Ma'am. I'm sorry, I was on the restricted floors. I didn't mean. She raised her hand gently. Please. No apologies. You saved my life. Marcus fell silent. Ava stepped closer, studying him like she was trying to understand something that didn't make sense. I've met thousands of people in my life. Businessmen. Politicians. Celebrities. But no one has ever risked their life for me without wanting something in return. Marcus shook his head. I didn't do it for money. I did what anyone with a heart would do. Ava smiled sadly. You would be surprised how rare that is. She sat down and motioned for Marcus to sit too. He hesitated, then slowly lowered himself onto the chair across from her. Marcus, she began, I need your help. Marcus blinked. My help? Ma'am, I'm just a janitor. No, Ava said firmly. Last night, you didn't act like just a janitor. You were brave. Smart. Quick. You didn't panic. Marcus looked away. I was terrified. But you still moved, she replied. Courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about acting anyway. Marcus didn't know what to say. His ears grew warm. No one had ever spoken to him that way, with respect. Ava continued, someone inside my company wants me dead. This wasn't random. It was planned. Marcus leaned forward. Do you know who? Ava hesitated. I have suspicions. But no proof. And until I know who it is, I cannot trust many people. She took a slow breath. Except you. Marcus stared at her. Why me? Because you have nothing to gain, she answered. And nothing to hide. That makes you the safest person around me. Marcus felt a strange mix of pride and fear. Ava pulled out a business card and slid it across the table. I want to offer you a temporary position. More than a janitor. Someone close. Someone I can rely on until we understand what is happening. Marcus pushed the card back gently. I appreciate it. But I didn't save you to get a job. I'm not looking for a new role. I have my daughter. My shifts. My routine. Ava tilted her head, studying him again. Your daughter. Yes. I'd like to help her too. Marcus tensed. No. Please. Don't offer charity. I don't want my child to feel like she owes anyone. Ava softened. It isn't charity. It's gratitude. Marcus took a deep breath. Ma'am, I'm honored. Truly. But your world is dangerous. I saw that last night. I can't put my daughter in the middle of it. Ava looked down, her fingers tightening slightly. Then let me protect her too. Marcus's heart skipped. She looked up again. Marcus, you stepped into my world without meaning to. And now, whether you want it or not, you are part of this. Suddenly, the security room door burst open. A guard rushed inside. Ms. Sterling. We found something. You both need to see this. Ava and Marcus exchanged a tense look. Whatever was coming next. It was about to change everything again. Marcus followed Ava and the guard through a narrow hallway that led to the security control room. His hands felt cold. Every step reminded him of the danger he had stepped into. He didn't belong in this world of billionaires, secrets, and assassins, yet here he was, walking beside Ava as if their lives were tied together. Inside the control room, several guards stood around a computer screen. The head of security, a tall man named Reeve, pointed at the monitor. Ms. Sterling, this footage is from 20 minutes before the attack. Ava moved closer. Marcus stood beside her, uneasy but curious. The video showed the 29th floor hallway, quiet, empty. Then a figure appeared from the emergency stairwell. He wore a maintenance uniform. Marcus leaned forward. That's one of my co-workers. Reeve shook his head. Look again. The man in the video tapped a code on a hidden keypad behind a wall panel. The wall slid open, revealing a compartment with canisters, the same gas used in the attack. Marcus exhaled slowly. He's not janitorial staff. No, Reeve said. He was here under a fake identity. Ava stared at the screen, her jaw tight. He had access to my private floors. That means someone with high-level clearance approved him. Marcus felt a chill crawl up his spine. Someone inside your company helped the attackers. Ava turned to him. Exactly. The room filled with a heavy silence. Reeve continued, there's more. He clicked another clip. This time, the fake janitor met with a well-dressed man in the parking garage. The man's face was hidden by shadows, but his voice was clear. Make sure she doesn't survive tonight. Ava's eyes widened. I know that voice. Marcus saw her hands tremble for the first time since the attack. Who is he? Marcus asked gently. Ava didn't answer right away. Her mind was running fast, full of fear and recognition she wasn't ready to share. Reeve spoke again. Ms. Sterling, we need to move you to a safe location immediately. Ava shook her head. No. If I disappear, he will know we have evidence. Marcus watched her closely. She was strong, stronger than he had imagined. But he also saw something else. Pain. Betrayal. Ava turned to Marcus suddenly. I need fresh air. He followed her out of the room and down a quiet hallway. She stopped near a large window overlooking the city. The morning light was beginning to rise, painting the sky in pale colors. Ava spoke softly. The man in that video. I think he is my business partner. Someone I trusted. Marcus didn't know what to say at first. He had never seen betrayal at such a high level. She continued, we built this company together. We built everything together. And now, he wants me gone. Marcus stepped closer. Because of money? Ava shook her head. No. Power. Control. If I die, he becomes the only owner. Marcus clenched his fists. That's why he sent killers. Why he used gas. Why he tried to shoot us. She looked at him with sad eyes. Yes. And you got caught in the middle. Marcus felt something heavy in his chest. He had tried to stay out of danger. He had refused Ava's offer because of his daughter. But danger had chased him anyway. Ava's voice softened. I should distance myself from you. I don't want you or your daughter hurt. Marcus swallowed. But it's too late for that now. They saw me with you. They know I helped you. Ava closed her eyes, the weight of responsibility falling on her shoulders. We'll protect your daughter, she said. I promise. Before Marcus could respond, Reeve rushed toward them. His face was tense. Ms. Sterling, the men who attacked you, they escaped police custody. Ava froze. Marcus felt his stomach drop. Reeve added in a low voice, and we believe they're coming after the janitor who saved your life. Ava turned sharply toward Marcus. And just like that, both their lives became even more dangerous than before. Marcus sat in a quiet corner of Ava's private office, his hands clasped tightly together. He felt like the walls were closing in around him. Just a few days ago, he had been a simple janitor with simple problems. Hard problems, yes, but nothing like this. Now assassins were hunting him. His daughter was in danger. And everything pointed to a powerful enemy hiding in plain sight. Ava stood near her desk, staring at a stack of documents with fire in her eyes. She wasn't the calm billionaire everyone saw on magazine covers. Tonight, she looked like a woman pushed to her limit. Reeve entered the office carrying a slim black folder. We found something, he said, placing it on the desk. Ava opened it. Marcus saw the name written on the top page. Adrian Hale. Ava whispered the name as if it burned her tongue. I knew it. Marcus stepped closer. Is that the man you thought it was? Ava nodded, her voice tight. Adrian was my closest business partner. My mentor. The person who helped me build Sterling Tech from nothing. I trusted him more than anyone. Marcus frowned. Why would he do this? You said money wasn't the reason. Ava exhaled slowly, pain visible in her eyes. He wanted control. Adrian always believed the company belonged to him. When I refused to sell half the shares, he became angry. I thought he had moved on. But clearly, he didn't. Reeve tapped the folder. He used shell companies to hire the attackers. Paid them through offshore accounts. Careful steps, but not careful enough. Marcus felt anger rising inside him. So he sent killers. For profit. Ava shook her head. For power. He wants full ownership of Sterling Tech. With me dead, the company board would hand everything to him. Marcus felt sick. And now he's after me because I saved you. Reeve nodded. Adrian knows the CPR incident created a bond between the two of you. He thinks Marcus is involved in your decisions now. Ava shot Reeve a sharp look, her cheeks warming slightly. That's not, Marcus is not. She paused, flustered. He helped me because he's good. That's all. Marcus lowered his eyes, feeling something strange in his chest. Something he didn't want to name. Suddenly, the office speakers crackled. A chilling voice echoed through the room. Ava, always full of emotion. Ava froze. Marcus felt every muscle in his body tense. The voice continued, amused and calm. I warned you long ago. The company can only have one leader. Ava whispered, Adrian. Reeve grabbed his radio. How is he connected to our system? Shut it down. The voice ignored him. You should have accepted the deal, Ava. Now you've involved innocent people. Even your janitor friend. Marcus, isn't it? Marcus felt cold. Adrian knew his name. Ava stepped forward, fury replacing her fear. If you want me, Adrian, come face me yourself. Stop hiding behind hired killers. Adrian laughed softly. Why would I come to you, when I can make you come to me? Before anyone could react, the room's large screen lit up. A live video feed appeared. Marcus's heart dropped. It was his daughter. Lily sat in her small bedroom, hugging her teddy bear. Two masked men stood outside her window. Ava gasped, covering her mouth. Marcus's knees went weak. No, no, no. Adrian's voice returned, calm and cruel. Bring me the one piece of evidence that can expose me, and your daughter lives. Reeve shouted into his radio, calling every security team to track the location, but Adrian spoke again. You have 1 hour. The screen went black. Marcus stood frozen, his hands shaking violently. His breath came fast, almost painful. Ava rushed to him. Marcus, listen to me. We will save her. You're not alone. Marcus looked at her with tear-filled eyes. He has my daughter. My little girl. Ava, I can't lose her. Ava grabbed his shoulders gently but firmly. You won't. I promise. Reeve returned, pale. We found the signal location. Adrian wants you both to come alone. Marcus wiped his face, fear turning into something harder, stronger. Determination. He stood tall. No more running. If Adrian wants to face us. He clenched his fists. Then we're going to end this. And with that, the final battle began taking shape, a battle no one was ready for. Marcus sat in the back seat of Ava's armored car, staring out the window as the city lights rushed by. His hands shook, but not from fear, from love. Love for his daughter. Love for the one person who depended entirely on him. Tonight, he would face a billionaire's enemy, because he had no choice. Ava sat beside him, calm but pale. She watched Marcus closely, her voice gentle. We'll reach the warehouse in 10 minutes. Are you ready? Marcus nodded, though he didn't feel ready at all. I just want Lily safe. Ava placed a hand on his arm. She will be. We are ending this tonight. Reeve drove in silence, eyes sharp on the road. The streets grew emptier as they entered the industrial area, quiet, dark, and dangerous. When the car stopped near an old warehouse, Marcus stepped out and felt the cold wind hit his face. Ava stood beside him, her coat blowing behind her like she was stepping into a war she never wanted but refused to run from. Reeve stopped them before they walked forward. This is a trap. You both know that. Ava nodded. Yes. But Lily is inside. Marcus clenched his jaw. And Adrian wants me there. He won't kill her unless I disobey. Reeve gave them earpieces for communication. I'll keep the car ready. If anything happens, you run back. No arguments. Marcus and Ava exchanged a look, fear mixed with something deeper, then walked together into the warehouse. The inside was dim, lit only by a few hanging bulbs. Their footsteps echoed. The air smelled like dust and metal. Then a spotlight turned on. Adrian Hale stood on a raised platform, smiling like a king watching a show he created. Welcome. Ava. And welcome, Marcus. Ava stepped forward. Where is his daughter? Adrian pointed to a small glass room on the right side. Lily sat inside, crying softly but unharmed. A masked man guarded the door. Marcus's heart broke at the sight. Lily, he shouted. She looked up and reached toward him, tears flooding her eyes. Daddy. Marcus moved to run, but Adrian snapped his fingers. Two armed men stepped out of the shadows, blocking the path. Ava raised her chin. You want the evidence? Fine. We brought it. Marcus pulled the small flash drive from his pocket, the file that listed Adrian's secret accounts, payments, and crimes. Adrian's smile widened. Bring it to me. Marcus did not move. Ava whispered, be careful. Adrian shook his head slowly. Don't make this difficult. Give me the drive, and the girl walks free. Marcus looked straight into Adrian's cold eyes. And what happens to Ava? Adrian smirked. She disappears. Just like I planned. Marcus tightened his grip on the flash drive. No deal. Adrian's face hardened. Then she dies. And your daughter joins her. Ava stepped beside Marcus. No. He doesn't decide our fate. Marcus felt something shift inside him, fear turning into courage. The same courage he had when he saved Ava the first time. Then Reeves' voice whispered through their earpieces, I'm inside. On your left. Create a distraction. Ava understood instantly. She whispered to Marcus, trust me. Then she stepped forward, distracting Adrian with her voice. Adrian, look at me. After everything we built, this is what you became. A murderer. Adrian laughed. You never understood power. While his attention stayed on Ava, Marcus moved subtly to the left. Reeves suddenly tackled one of the guards from behind. The warehouse exploded into chaos. Marcus sprinted toward Lily. Shots rang out. Ava ducked behind crates. Adrian screamed orders. Marcus reached the glass room, punched the guard, grabbed Lily, and held her tight. I'm here, baby. Daddy's here. Lily cried into his shoulder. Ava shouted, Marcus. Behind you. Adrian aimed a gun directly at Marcus. Everything slowed. Then Ava stepped between them. Adrian fired. The bullet grazed Ava's arm as Reeve tackled Adrian to the ground. More guards stormed in. Adrian was handcuffed, screaming as his empire collapsed. Ava fell to her knees. Marcus rushed to her, Lily still in his arms. Ava. Stay with me. She smiled weakly. You saved her. That's all that matters. Marcus looked at her, a billionaire who risked everything for him and his child. Ava, you changed my life. She squeezed his hand. And you changed mine. Weeks later, Adrian was behind bars. The company board removed him completely. Ava visited Marcus and Lily often. She helped them, not with charity, but with respect. And slowly, something beautiful grew. Because the kiss that saved her life had created a bond that changed everything.